So, welcome, dear students. So, today we are going to see the reformist of a caste based society. Okay, reformist of a caste based society, and the first person we are going to see today is Sri Narayana Guru. Okay, Sri Narayana Guru, that is the first person we are going to study today. Okay, and he worked for the emancipation means upliftment of the oppressed section. Oppressed means those are suppressed from the society. Okay, in the society, so he worked for them. He was born into a Ejjava family of Kerala. Keep in mind, Ejjava family, in an era when people from backward communities like Ejjavas faced much social injustice. Okay, they are facing social injustice in Ejjava society. Okay, and in the caste ridden Kerala society, that also. Okay, in 1930 or 1903, he set up a Sri Narayana Dharma Paripalna Yogaman Society. Keep in mind, Narayana Dharma Paripalna Yogaman Society, which worked for the upliftment, to lift them up. Okay, of the Ejjava's family, Ejjava society. Okay, of the oppressed class of that society. He started building temples without idols and images. Keep in mind, without idols and images, he started to build temples. His motto in life was one God and one religion, dear students. One God and one religion was his motto. He criticized the priestly class, which performed endless rituals to maintain their supremacy. Endless rituals they are practicing so that they keep their status and they remain supreme. They remain high caste. Okay. So let us see the next page. Okay, that was the all about Sri Narayana Guru. Okay, now we'll be seeing about a person called Mahatma Jyotiba Phule. Most of us know this. Okay, he was born in basically in Maharashtra. Keep in mind, dear students. Okay, and as you have already learned, was also an activist. Keep in mind, activist, thinker, and social reformer. It is there, and writer also, philosopher also, theologist. Okay, those who do theology, they are called theologists. Scholar, editor, and revolutionary from Maharashtra in 19th century. Keep in mind, in 19th century of that time, he was well educated. Okay, keep all this in your mind. His remarkable influence was apparent in fields like education, agricultural, caste system, and removal of untouchability. This is one of the biggest problem. Still, it exists. Okay, so he was fighting for all that. Other than women's upliftment, he also was most known for his efforts to educate lower caste as well as the masses. Lower caste as well as the masses. Okay, so this is what Mahatma Jyotiba Phule is. Something more is given about him. Let us see. In September 1873, he, along with his followers, what he did, along with his followers in 1873, formed a Satya Sodhak Samaj, Society of Seekers of Truth. Satya Sodhak Samaj, Society Seekers of Truth. Okay, for what purpose? With the main objectives of liberating Bahujans and Sudras and protecting them from exploitations. Whom? Bahujans and Sudras. For what purpose? Protecting them from the exploitation. Okay, and atrocities. Okay, his famous book Gulamgiri. Keep in mind, Gulamgiri is the one of the book he has written, which translates to slavery. Gulamgiri means slavery. Keep in mind. Okay, spells out his vigorous attack actually. Okay, vicious means vigorous, means strong attack on what? Untouchability and oppression prevalent in various sections of the society. So he wanted to remove all this and he was attacking them. Untouchability especially, he wanted to remove that, and oppression prevalent people also. Okay, so let us see. The next person is Erode Venkata Ramaswamy. Okay, so he was born in where? Let us see. Erode was born in Erode. Okay, where the state of keep in mind, state of Madras. Erode is in Madras. So wealthy Kannada speaking family actually. He has a wealthy family, means well-to-do family, rich family. Okay, at a young age, what happened? He witnessed numerous incidents of racial caste, keep in mind racial caste, and gender discrimination, keep in mind, dear students, that he saw in his early childhood only. So he was what? He was also called by his followers Perrier, keep in mind, they were calling him Perrier. He was a businessman, politician, and social activist who started the self-respect movement, also known as Dravidian movement. Self-respect movement was also known as Dravidian movement. Here it is. Okay, and proposed the creation of an independent state called Dravida. That was for creation of an independent state, means free level. Okay, that is Dravida Nadu, comprising of South India. So he called Dravida Nadu, comprising of South India. Okay, let's see some more points. What we see here is Perrier joined the Indian National Congress, keep in mind, dear students, in 1919, and in 1924 he was noticed that at one of the feasts organized by the nationalists, they followed class distinction, which led him to disassociate. Keep in mind, disassociate means he saw that class distinction was there in the nationalist movement. So automatically he himself disassociated himself from the Indian National Congress. He propagated the principles of rationalism, self-respect, women's right, and eradication of caste. Eradication means removal of the caste system. Okay, let us see. Popular Mahar family, which he was born in Mahar family, dear students. Okay, Mahar family, keep in mind. And what happened, which in those days was considered an untouchable caste. That those days, from untouchable, you can see a well-educated person comes out. Okay, so what happened? Ambedkar campaigned against social discrimination and system of dividing Hindu society into classes. So he started campaigns, rallies, protests. Ambedkar was posthumously what happened? Awarded the Bharat Ratna in 1990. Okay, so he did good work. Okay, he overcame numerous social and financial obstacles. Keep in mind, he overcame numerous, means lot of financial and social problems. Became one of the first from his caste to obtain a college education in India. Okay, college education was obtained by him, one of the first person to get educated at that time. Okay, from the Mahar family. Now let us see what happens after that. Eventually he earned a law degree and doctorate also. At that time, getting law degree and doctorate from his study and research in law is a great thing. Okay, economics and political science from Columbia University, keep in mind, dear students, and the London School of Economics. So he was well educated. Ambedkar practiced law for a few years. Keep in mind, few years he practiced law. After that, what happened? While practicing law at High Court of Bombay, keep in mind, he was practicing High Court of Bombay at that time. Okay, he tried to uplift the untouchables. Dear students. Okay, and what he wanted to educate them. His first attempt to achieve that was the Bahishkrit Hitakarini Sabha. Keep in mind, these big names are given here. Bahishkrit Hitakarini Sabha. Okay, which was intended to promote education and social economic improvement, as well as the welfare of the untouchables. Keep in mind, so economic improvement and social welfare of the society. He started a temple entry movement and led the campaign to establish the right of all classes to collect water from the public tank. Water should be collected by all classes, and also entering the temple That was his movement. Okay, so in a way he fought for the right of the untouchables or low caste people. Okay, now let us see conclusion part, dear students. Social reform is a continuous process. It was existing, now also it is existing. Now it is you and I who can still work for it. Okay, so social evils have been there from ages, and there are many people who would like to continue still, dear friends. Okay, keep in mind, one selfish and pretty matters, or the selfish and pity matters. Keep in mind, pity interest, selfish and petty interests are there in the society, dear students. However, the fight against them would continue. This is continuing from the beginning. Now it is still continuing, and that will remain for some more years. Members from within the society should continue to make efforts to change the age-old mindset of attitude. Orthodox people, thinking people, those who think low, we should change their mindset, and also we should change the thought of the old mindset people. Okay, so that what happens, change comes. Otherwise this remains forever, dear students. Okay, so we conclude here. I hope you understood the chapter. So if you have any doubts, you can keep asking. So that is what the whole chapter is all about, dear friends. Okay, so thank you, have a good day.